Hello everybody. Hi Gina. First in the house today. Good to see you, girl. How's everything going on? Excellent. Yeah, I actually was in kind of two minds. I had a little bit of a hectic day today, and I was so tired. So I was like, do I really want to do this? Like I was a little bit hesitant. I was like, I'm not feeling it. I don't want to do. Then I was like, you know what? I will do it. So yeah. So how are you doing? Let's give it a couple of minutes. Oh, I lost some papers here. Hello, baby. Come here. There you go. Delvin, hi Delvin. How are you doing? Hi Cheryl, how are you doing? Good to see you guys. So, actually, I was right. I should have started. I think I was a minute late. I was just here doing some research on my computer, and then I look up and I'm like, oh, I still have like 8 minutes left. Let me finish it. And then next thing I look up is 6:31. I'm like, I better get on this. So, yeah. Hi Debbie, how are you doing? Good to see you guys. Yeah, I hope everyone is doing good, right? That's the most important thing, right? So, oh my God, Deb, I wash my hair. I'm telling you, I've lost so much hair. I've given up, y'all. Seriously, I cannot express my hair is looking curly now. The texture has changed, and it just bunches and bunches just drop out. I'm taking on my vitamins. I'm taking on my the other stuff, the pep, stuff. But for some reason, my hair is just like shedding so badly. It's gotten worse over the past year. It really has. It used to shed a lot, and then I started on this regiment where I was doing the helmet, the red light helmet. Well, thank you, Deb. The red light helmet, and then I was doing my microneedling, and I was doing minoxidil, and I was doing all the other stuff, home remedies, and my hair was actually it wasn't shedding as much, and I am stressed, yes, I am, and it wasn't shedding as much. It had kind of stopped shedding so much, and it was kind of, I felt, oh, okay. And then for a couple 2-3 months when I was out of the country, uh, I couldn't take my equipment with me, and it so honestly, ever since COVID, I've been having severe hair loss, and I think it started with the COVID vaccination. I am so convinced. It's impossible to say anything else or find another excuse for it, because literally until I took my COVID vaccination, my hair was thick, it was healthy, it was fine. You all have seen in my videos and all that, you can see how thick and healthy my hair is. Sure, I cut it short, I grew it long and all, but the quality and quantity was there. Literally maybe a month after my COVID vaccination, after the second vaccination, you know how you take the first one and give it a month and take the second vaccination. So first was in March, second vaccination was in April, and literally by the end of April, I started noticing that it was shedding. Hi, Adam Riley. Oh, you find this channel such nonsense? Oh, and yet you're here participating. Well, welcome anyway. Thanks for helping with the numbers. Every time you participate, or people like you participate, it increases the analytics, right? Adds to it. So thank you for joining, Adam. So I noticed that it really, really increased, and you think it's stress, you think it's your vitamin deficiency, you go through all the process, but man, it's like hasn't stopped. So we have to give a welcome clap to Adam Riley. So let's welcome this goofball, whoever this individual is, male, female, he, she, they, them, whatever the heck you are. So stay a little bit longer, Adam, oh, sure I will, Adam. Absolutely I will. What makes you think I haven't been there already? So, yeah, that's true, Delvin. So, what do you say, y'all? The real Oh, Gina, you seriously accept fools like Adam Riley are really going to be nice? Clearly, he, she, they, them has shown he, she, his, her, their true colors. So we can't expect anything else. So, they're always going to be idiots like him or her or them around. So what are you going to do, right? Waste of space, but they will weed themselves out at some point at a time and the other. So yeah, so I figured, let's get started. We'll let Adam hang around, right? Adam Riley hang around a little bit, and then maybe we'll be entertained by his, her, they, them's foolishness, and that'll be cool. How about that? Maybe Adam needs to get shafted, and then he, she, they, them will be fine. Those of you who know what that means will understand what I'm saying. Oh, people. Thanks for entertaining us, Adam, with your idiocy. It never hurts to have an entertainer, a joker around, right? Cheryl, you know what I meant, right? So, and somehow, these people are so fucking stupid. People like this Adam Riley, they think by addressing me by my name, I'm somehow going to take it very personal. I don't give a flying fuck, dude, dudette, whoever the fuck you are. I really don't. You're a nobody to me, so you can kiss my ass whole. Thanks. See, I'm polite still, right? Okay, so I took this big phone because Cheryl. Oh my word. Okay, that's too funny. All right. Hi, I'm trying to get to my moon calendar. Let me see. Let's get started. Okay. So we go to the calendar, August, and then let's do September. No, dude, I don't want to do that. I think, September, right, September 7th and 8th, depending on where you are in the universe, we have a total lunar eclipse, right? I did say I was going to make another video entirely about that. Tomorrow I'm scheduled to do some videos, so I'll post about that. So yeah, so let's get on with it. Let's see what's going on. Oh. All right, so what I'm going to do is, I don't know if the meeting or whatever has started or whatever. We know that they're meeting somewhere in Alaska. I assume Anchorage. I don't know where they're meeting, right? Putin and Trump. And I did a little bit. We have his Putin's astrology chart and Trump's astrology chart. Nothing changes there. But I did a quick astro pull for the. Let me go back and see. I did it for where I am. So let me explain. Give me 1 second. Let me get this out of the way. And free charts and reports. Come on, buddy boy. Let's see. Okay. Let's do that. So Leo, Cancer. No, that's not the one. Okay, that's not the one. Yeah. No. Yeah. So what we do in astrology, which is and y'all feel free to be entertained by this fool. Yeah, they met in Alaska for 2 hours today, right? Yeah. So I don't know what they might have said or whatever. I'm not going to sit endlessly and wait for them to come out and speak. I mean, I don't have the patience for that. But what I also did, and in astrology, there's this other thing, y'all. I think I've explained before, we have this thing called cartography. So cartography is astrology, if you will, for a specific place. We consider longitude, latitude, the degrees, etc., and we do that. But in astrology, in Vedic astrology, there's another aspect to it, another thing that, typically they do. Like, for example, today at whatever time, somebody came and said, hey Kirtana, can you please, I shouldn't say hey Kirtana, can you please do a reading for XYZ subject? So we consider the time the question was asked. Okay, we do an astrology chart for the question, the time the question was asked. That also adds to it. That's, in astrology, there are multiple layers to it. So what I did was, I did the astrology for the location where they are at. I did a quick poll. I don't have the exact address, but, assuming it's Anchorage, Alaska, I think I did that. So to recap a little bit here, let's recap Putin. His sun is in Libra, moon is in Gemini, Mercury is in Libra, Venus is Scorpio, Mars is in Sag. And for Trump, sun is in Gemini, moon is in Sag, Mercury is in Cancer, Venus is in Cancer, and Mars is in Leo. Now, when I did the astrology for the location, sun is Leo, moon in Taurus, Mercury in Leo, Venus in Cancer, and Mars in Libra. Very interesting. So we got two decks. Hey, where did Adam go? Oh no, we lost Adam. I was going to do Adam a favor and actually do my voodoo, what do you call that thing? Ouija board. So, anywho, if Adam comes back, I think I'll just pull out my Ouija board and do something really quick to fix his, her, they, them's stupidity and idiocy, right? We can do that. So, here we go. As a disclaimer, this is for entertainment purposes only. These are my observations, my opinions, and allegedly do your own research, do your own due diligence, and draw your own conclusions. So we'll do this one for my left hand for Trump and my right hand for Putin, okay? Yeah, that would have been. So Trump, let's pull some cards for Trump. And then I'll do the energy of that place too, okay? Trump's got the moon, he's got the Aquarius. One more card, he's got Aries. Moon, Aquarius, and Aries. For Putin, Putin's got Neptune. Putin's got Virgo. And Putin's got Mercury. Alright, I need to kind of move this there. There we go. Just make a little bit of space. And the energy between the two of them . Interesting. So energy between the the two of them. We have Temperance. No, nothing significant is going to come out of this. We have the Empress. Nothing significant is going to come out of this, and I'll tell you why. This is going to be another wasted opportunity, justice, which is balancing the scales again. What did I do with it? What did I do with it, man? Oh, here it is. Come on, everybody. Come on, buddy. You're not gonna. I just nicked myself really bad. Okay. So for Trump, we have the Moon, Aquarius, and Aries. For Putin, we have Neptune, Virgo, and Mercury. And then in the energies between them, we have Temperance, the Empress, and then we have the Justice card. So let's take a look at Trump. So as we know, Trump, his sun is in Gemini. The moon is Pisces card. Then Aquarius, let me get this out. Aquarius, if he's a Gemini, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9th house, and 12th, 11th house. Okay. So there is going to be a lack of support from his peers and people who he counted on to be able to like-minded people and associations, he's going to have a lack of support over there, because if the moon card wasn't there, if the sun card had popped up, I would have said he would have a lot of support in whatever his intentions are. But he is almost like, this particular meeting is almost going to be a discovery of how I don't want to use the word inefficient, but how really nothing is going to come out of it. It's such a waste. Okay, and for this guy, for Aquarius is ruled by Saturn and Uranus, so very restrictive. And then Aries is ruled by Mars. So either way, like, even though people may want to, he may expect people to come and support him, and he thought, oh, it's a slam dunk. No, they're not going to. They're not going to. And there's going to be an exchange of words between him and people who he thought would support him in this. I'm talking about leaders of other countries, things like that, or even within his own government. So they're not going to be supportive of this, and he's just like going off on his own. Hang on. Then let's look at Putin. Putin, his sun is in Libra, so we have Neptune. Neptune rules Pisces, so there is a bit of a commonality over here. And then Virgo, and then we have Mercury. Mercury rules Gemini, and Mercury rules Virgo. So Neptune, so hang on, he is a what? Sun in Libra. So 6th house, 12th house, 6th house and 12th house. So for Putin, it's a question of having enemies and friends, right? It talks about your enemies, it talks about your friends, it talks about work health and discipline and habits, yada yada. It also talks about having a lot of worries, a little bit of legal situation for him. So also he's going to be experiencing some sort of a drama. Hi Kim. Don't tell me anything about what happened in the meeting, because I don't want to be influenced by anything y'all comment. Let me finish the reading, then y'all comment, okay? No offense to you, Kim, but I hope you understand where I'm coming from. So y'all, if those of you have watched it and have come here, just hang on to your thing. You can validate later. So Putin is also going to be experiencing some sort of a, I wouldn't say backlash, because we know he rules with an iron hand. Like, you have some sort of disagreement with him, next thing they are diving off of the 12th floor building in some hotel or stuff. We know how that goes. So hang on to that. Now we have Temperance. Temperance is ruled by Sagittarius, and Putin's Mars is in Sagittarius. Then we have the High Priestess, the Empress, and the Empress is ruled by Venus. We know that. And then you have the Justice card, which is a Libra card. So Putin has Mercury in Libra, he has Mars in Sagittarius, and Putin's Sun is also in Libra. So the way we look at it, Adam leaves a bottle of light beer. Sassy blonde, hi, I farted. So between the two of them, I feel, even though Putin may be experiencing or will experience some sort of a disagreement from people on his side, it's not going to be to the extent of what Trump is going to be facing. But between the two of them, the energies, they are trying to balance, they are trying to project a big, oh yeah, we have come to an agreement, we are really working hard, we are going to be doing this, that and the other. It's all bah humbug. They're all, see, Temperance is also balancing, right? And the Libra card, the Justice card is also balancing. So they're trying very hard to, they're trying to project, and in the middle of this you have the Empress. Now the Empress card, as we all know, is ruled by Venus, right? And it talks about, support and abundance and security and all that. So they're trying to project an image of, oh, we are supportive of each other and we're doing this for the benefit of multiple nations and yada yada, long-term benefits. But it's all a farce. Nothing substantial is going to come about with regards to this. Nothing. This is going to be another one of those same old bullshit kind of a situation. Actually, maybe I'll just use this deck. So, and today we will do reversals as well, right? So, yeah, we'll do. Actually, let me sort out these cards really quick. Sorry, y'all, I should have done this earlier, but I didn't think I was going to be using this deck, but it's okay. It's very interesting, right? How many times they have met, how many times have they met. But I will tell you, in all honesty, I feel Putin is more likely to support China than he is America, all day, every day. Uh, I feel that's where that's how things are going to turn out. Hang on, I'm almost there. Oh, that didn't go well. There you go. Oh, there you go. It's really quick. I know. Hang on, I'm almost there. Okay. I want to separate them and shuffle them again, so that way we know that fresh energy infused into this. So I'm coming. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Damn it, girl. See, the proportions of reversed cards are not very good at the moment, so it's a good thing I'm doing this. There we go. Now we're there. And we'll do it just one time. There we go. Perfect. So. Alright. So. Let's do this. There. Alright. Interesting, no? How much of posturing and how much of whatever is going on. But I wouldn't be surprised if on the slide these two are making some deals, right? Hey man, you do this for me, I'll do this for you, and when we both retire, we'll walk away with so much money. Who knows? Politics is a dirty game. We know that. We really don't have to, what's the word? Not see it. It's a fact. It's in everybody's face. So let's get the energies. So we have the Ten of Wands. Let me see what energy pops up from there. Then we have the Sun card in the reverse. See, it's not going to go through, y'all. This is bah humbug. We have the Five of Cups. Okay. Then we have the Strength card in the reverse. Then we have the Seven of Wands in the reverse. This is a what the hell? We have the Hierophant, and then we have the King of Wands in the reverse. Look, this is like, what are they even meeting for? What are they even talking about? So as far as Trump is concerned, I feel that he is feeling very burdened, and he feels like, it's interesting because he got the Moon, Aquarius and Aries, and he got the Ten of Wands, the Sun card in the reverse, and the Five of Cups in the reverse. The Sun card is like, it's a no-go. Whatever it is that he had come there, whatever intentions he had come there with, to be able to present, alter, change, fix, whatever, that's not going very well. But interestingly, he's got the Five of Cups in the reverse. So yes, the Five of Cups does say that, feeling like unfulfilled, right? You can say that. And then in the middle, they have the Strength card in the reverse. And then Putin has the Seven of Wands in the reverse, the Hierophant upright, and the King of Wands in the reverse. So the Strength card in the middle is telling me that there is absolutely no validity. There is no, it's like nobody is, whoever is participating in this doesn't come from a position of power. There is no meaning, like they don't have the power to make that decision, to influence. They don't have enough power to influence the other person to do what they want to do, be it Putin, be it Trump. And on Trump's side and Putin's side, he's got the Seven of Wands. Now we know Seven of Wands, right? Seven of Wands on the upright, it says, defense against competition, etc. Putin knows very well he's standing in a good spot. He doesn't have to defend anything. He is like, y'all are the ones who are running around behind me like headless chicken trying to convince me to do this, that or the other. And he's got the Hierophant. Now Hierophant is interesting over here because Hierophant, as we know, is a card that talks about, government. It talks about It's Taurus. It talks about institutions, rules, religions, conforming, etc., etc. And he's a Libra, so wait, what do I do with that piece of paper? If he's a Libra and Taurus, so 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. So Putin knows very well. He doesn't have to worry about this, because even in the international forum, if you look at whichever the global organizations are, United Nations, yada yada, to a certain extent, he may actually have the support of a certain faction, a certain international organization. Okay, so it's surprising, because we always thought that Putin didn't have the support and Trump did, or Zelensky had the support and Putin didn't. But I feel like Putin actually has the support of his certain factions, okay, in the whatever international organizations, and also he has the support from his own government. Now earlier I did say he is going to have to face some sort of a drama in his own space, in his own country. It's about communications, it's about Mercury, it's tempers flying. People are like, enough is enough, let's just do this, or not at all, like what are we doing? And so but his government so that conflict is coming maybe from the opposition, maybe from the general public, right? But the positive response, positive support that he's getting is actually from his team. We all have their inner circle, whatever. Then you have the King of Wands in the reverse. He is not going to be taking action for a little bit. Putin won't take action for a little bit. He's going to chill for a little bit. So oh, that's interesting. So Kim Friend says, it was hilarious to me when the American jet went by when Trump and Putin were walking up together, and Putin kind of ducked and was scared for a moment. I bet you he did that just as a joke. Putin is not the kind of a guy who is, I'm not supporting him, one way or the other. I'm not supporting Trump one way or the other, because I'm tired of this bullshit. It's like, you guys, y'all should get off the pot and focus on things that really matter for all countries, all parties. But Putin is not the kind of a guy who's going to be afraid of that. For him, that would have been almost like a, what's the word? Like a prank, like, but I don't think he's, I'm not denying that happened, I didn't see it, but if you say it happened, it happened. But it would have been almost like a joke kind of thing. He's a military guy. He's a hardcore military guy, soldier. I don't think he would be, that intimidated, because nothing's going to happen over there. Imagine if anything happened on American soil to the Russian president, that would be a full-on war. So America cannot risk that, right? And vice versa. So okay. Now let's get on with this. Interesting, isn't it, how Susan Sylvie says, I'm glad the weekend at Biden's is over. I don't know what that was about, Susan, but okay. Okay, let's get on with this. So we have the Ace of Pentacles, which is not a bad card. Then we have the Star card, which is not a bad card. And then we have the Three of Swords in the reverse. So, interesting. Ace of Pentacles, the Star card, and Three of Swords in the reverse. That is telling me that Trump is absolutely trying his very best to open the doors for negotiation. He is asking for people to support him, but unfortunately, he's not getting the kind of support he should. But he's got the Three of Swords in the reverse. So if he may be thinking that, oh, I'm being betrayed by people, he's not actually. People are not supporting him. The people who he expected support from, they're not supporting him because they are against him, but because they feel that this is not the right way of going about and doing these negotiations with Putin. And they're like, dude, it's not, we're not trying to sabotage you. We just truly, honestly, genuinely think that this is not the right way of going about this, okay? Jamie says, aloha. Jamie, we were missing you because a couple, 2-3 weeks ago, we had all that drama in Hawaii, right, with the earthquakes or whatever. And we were wondering, I hope you were all right, and we know you're from the land of aloha. So we were just wondering where you were and how you were doing. So glad to see you here. So let's look at the other card. The energy between the two of them is Five of Swords in the reverse. Very interesting. So Five of Swords in the upright is a little bit of a negative energy, correct? It's a little bit, just not a good energy. But in the reverse, what that is telling me is, are they coming to blows in terms of their conversations with each other? No. Are they trying to bury the hatchet as far as certain things are concerned? Yes. Do they agree on everything? No. But they are a little bit more, between the two of them, I feel they are a little bit more tired in terms of this has gone on for such a long time, like whatever. Trump more than Putin, they're a little bit more tired. But on certain aspects, they are burying the hatchet. On certain aspects, they're a little bit more in agreement than they were the last time. So that's a good thing, right? So then we have the Hermit card, right, for Putin. And then we have the Six of Wands in the reverse. And then we have the Queen of Cups in the reverse. So interesting, Putin's got a little bit more interesting cards, a little bit more interesting energy. So the Hermit card, he is a Libra. The Hermit card is a Virgo. So does he have anything in Virgo? No. Virgo is his 12th house, and then he's got the Six of Wands, and then he's got the Queen of Cups. So Putin may be thinking that, look, I have been searching, trying to analyze, trying to figure out things, etc. And Virgo is his 12th house. He has been trying to figure out a way to either resolve this or stop this. See, when there is an invitation extended by, one government to another government, the worst thing that they can do, the invited person can do, is flat out refuse and say, no, we don't accept your invitation. That will escalate into their relations, political relations, to a whole nother level. So Putin may be like, shit, I really didn't need to come, but then again, he doesn't have to be, they can say conflict of scheduling, but it would be like a slap in the face, So, and even vice versa, if Trump were to say, I'm not accepting your invitation, that's like drawing the line in the sand, right? So if Putin is like, shit, what did I do? Like, what's going on over here? Like, are we really going to come to a conclusion? Are we really going to come to an understanding? And Six of Wands, he does have a sense of feeling defeated. And then you have the Queen of Cups in the reverse. So Queen of Cups does talk about, somebody who's emotionally, supportive, strong, this, that, yada, yada, all the good stuff. But Queen of Cups in the reverse is saying that even from a emotional perspective, I feel like Putin is a little bit drained. So Jamie Harden says, yes, busy working since school started, back again. A teacher's work is never done. Thank you for that. Oh, absolutely. And I do say teaching is the most unappreciated, right, jobs, besides, our EMT people and the fire department and all of that, because people don't appreciate how much teachers, they do. So anyway, just want to say that. So thank you. People don't appreciate enough. So let's get on with this. Do we have? We have the Wheel of Fortune, okay, in the reverse. Wow, for Trump. We have the King of Pentacles in the reverse. Wow, not good cards. And the World card in the reverse. This is a slam dunk no win for Trump, man. Then we have the Three of Cups between the two of them. Let's look at the not good cards for Trump on this round. Then we have the Two of Wands upright for Putin. Then we have, I'm going to take both of this. Three of Wands upright for Putin. And then the Knight of Pentacles, very interesting. This round Putin has got a little bit better cards. So Trump is going to feel like no progress. All this effort put in for no progress. And you know what? It is what it is. There's no progress. Clearly it's like he's running around in circles, trying to spin the wheel and trying to make sure that it stops at his lucky number, the roulette or whatever that game is. But unfortunately, it's not. And he's beginning to look a little bit pushy, but also foolish on the international forum. It's like, dude, I mean, like, what are you trying to do? He doesn't have the support of NATO or whatever, United Nations. He doesn't have their support because it's like you're taking it upon yourself to make a decision that's going to affect the whole world without asking us our opinions and us for our input and our help. So are you really that awesome possum pudding and pie that you can do it? Well, then do it on your own and prove it to us. So he's not looking very stable. He's not looking very like the respect for him is kind of deteriorating, because King of Pentacles is also in the reverse. So the power he had economically, financially on the World Forum also influence, okay, not his own power, but American economy and finance. That's also not looking good. And then you have the World card in the reverse. Now the World card actually is a very good card to have in a reading, but in the reverse it's like no, things are not going to come around full circle. There is no success here. There is no nothing. Trump has completely failed in this. I don't think this is going to be a good thing. But then between the two of them, they have the Three of Cups. Now this is interesting, because the Three of Cups here is telling me that, is this going to end like their attempt to resolve the situation? It's not. It's going to continue for another, like we are in August, right? September, October, November. So let's wait and see till November. I have a feeling there'll be 3 more attempts between them to negotiate and renegotiate. But is that going to be a good thing or not? Let me pull a quick card. Wait, hang on. Let's do another deck for that. No. Let's use this. Actually, let me finish for Putin when we come back to that. Damn, hiccups. Now Putin, on the other hand, he has a Two of Wands, Three of Wands, and the Knight of Pentacles, which is much better for him. So Two of Wands, as we know, it's like results will be there, and he's going to make the right decisions, right? And also a question of he's got a choice to make, and moving forward in terms of, based on the evidence he has, based on the situation at hand, he's going to move forward successfully, because right after that he's got the Three of Wands. So Putin is going to go along, he's going to go forward with whatever plans he had. He's like, yeah dude, like whatever, you can do whatever, say what, I'm just going to go ahead with my agenda. And then he's got the Knight of Pentacles. So Knight of Pentacles is like, there's a lot of hard work he's put in and a lot of patience he has had, and he's like, my patience is kind of diminishing right now. I really need to continue to do whatever his personal agenda was in terms of this, whatever his agenda was, because he feels his thing is, by falling into all these traps of let's communicate, let's talk, let's negotiate, let's find peace, now his mind is switched and he's like, I'm just wasting time with all this. I cannot waste time, money and ammunition and people and all that stuff with all this, I may as well get on to the next step and finish what's on my agenda. He is very hell-bent on doing what he wants to do, and I wouldn't be surprised if he'll be successful, absolutely. So for the middle, I had said the Three of Cups, right? So they've both got Seven of Wands, they have the Eight of Cups, and then they have the Ace of Wands. Very interesting. So I'm going to say Seven of Wands is again fighting in terms of who has a better hand, who has an upper hand, and it's all about fighting for supremacy, fighting for, we know that, right? Fighting for somebody to come to have the the upper hand, if you will. And that's constantly going on. This is not so much to do with the physical action of war, like land grab. No, I shouldn't say that. This has got more to do with the economics and finances. We all know that. Who controls the land, you control, and considering Ukraine has got so much of resources, right? and then you have the Eight of Cups, and then you have the Ace of Wands. So Eight of Cups is saying one of them is actually going to be walking away and saying, I'm done with this shit. I'm done. No more negotiations. And then you have the Ace of Wands. That's when that party is going to take total control and action and say, okay, this is my decision. I've tried my level best. This isn't getting anywhere. Now, change of plans. This is where we're going to go. That's how this stuff is going to happen. So, that's what I'm saying. So, now those of you who have watched it, y'all can, of course, now, put your comments here. I just didn't want to be influenced by anything that you all might have watched, right? So, and of course we'll continue the read. I mean, this isn't it. So, see, Putin he's a soldier, okay? He understands war, he understands strategy, he understands, organization, he understands weaponry, he understands, all of that stuff. So, he definitely has more experience on that front than Trump in any way, shape or form, because not only does he have the actual experience of being a soldier and all that stuff, he also has being a politician, the experience of being a politician. Trump never went to war. He doesn't understand that. He hasn't been trained in any of that. So does he really understand? No, he has to rely on people to give him advice. See, I'm not saying that those who are giving him advice don't know what they're doing or saying. That's not what I'm saying. But definitely, I mean, Putin has got more points than Trump, because he doesn't have to rely on anybody to explain to him how, war, strategy, this, that, whatever. He's been there, he's done that, he's trained, he knows, he's come up the ranks, and he can think for himself. Yes, he has advisors, but he can also discern for himself, right? And he's a politician, so from that aspect of managing the country and whatever, he understands that much better. So, yeah. Any questions you'll have? Nobody has any questions? So, okay, nobody has any questions, but that's okay. We'll just continue to move on. Kim Friends is mad. Okay, we'll just move on. Yeah, it's crazy, y'all. I mean, how these old men determine the fate of millions of people, right? See, for Putin, his thing is, this is costing a lot. War is an expensive business, right? So Putin is like, this is costing me a lot of money. Stop and start and stop business. I just want to get on to the next phase and get this over and done with. So, because wasting time now is going to cause a lot of delays in his plan. So he's like, no, I just want to get on with whatever it is that, my original plan was. So he's going to get a little bit upset and tired and annoyed and pissed, and he's like, whatever. And what does Trump have? Let's be honest, okay, here. Yes, I am a U.S. citizen. Yes, my loyalty and my allegiance is to the United Nations. There is no doubting that. But we also have to be honest. We are citizens. We are all going to suffer the consequences of these people in the White House making decisions, right? I mean, we have already seen it on a day-to-day basis, regardless of whether it's a Republican or the Democrats in office. They all goof up. Right, and the public have suffered consequences in one aspect or the other forever and a day. But I have to say, the only trump card that Trump, no pun intended, has is threatening tariffs and the economic upper hand. But at some point in time, people have to wake up and realize that America is not an economic superpower anymore. Okay, we have to be honest about these things. It's just by saying that doesn't mean that you're going against the country and you're no more, for the country. That's not, we've got to be honest about this kind of stuff. We are not an economic superpower anymore. Absolutely not. It's all about, oh, America imports this much, that much. Oh, the way he has been talking, and a lot of these people, these MAGA supporters and all, they don't seem to understand. Look, do you think America is the only country in the world that imports goods from China? Like, let's be honest. Okay? Let's be honest. America is one country. Look at our population. Where are we at? 350 million something, right? Or somewhere thereabouts. And look at the rest of the world. How many other countries and what are their populations? You think they don't import stuff from China? The way people here think is, oh, if America stops importing, China is going to go bankrupt. No, they're not. Their business is still going to continue. Maybe their business will dip a little bit because, America is doing all this tariff business. But they are going to continue. Other countries are going to continue to buy. And a certain faction of the foreign governments have gotten together and signed allegiance and saying that they are not going to be trading in US currency anymore. Go look up all that stuff. So it's interesting, isn't it? So Kim says, I don't think Trump will let Russia into NATO, because that's a big, big thing, isn't it? Just imagine if Russia comes into NATO. Just imagine that. So that's going to be very, very, very interesting. If Russia gets into NATO. And you know what, at the way things are going, at some point in time, NATO is going to have to say, look, we can't just continue to basically, like, the US government is trying to muscle its way into every single organization and say, you better listen to me or less. At some point, those organizations are going to say, you know what, F you, So Kim says, I'm Canadian, you are right, I agree. Okay, let's actually address the question with regards to, although Kim didn't ask the question, but we can. Bunny, what you doing? Bunny. Oh my God. Are you itchy, buddy? So, whether Trump is going to let NATO, let's just ask a general question. Is Russia ever going to get into NATO? Is Russia going to get into NATO? Is Russia going to get into NATO? We have the Nine of Wands. Yeah, it's almost like saying no, stay within your limits. And then we have the Page of Wands, and then we have, what is this final card? Yeah, no, I doubt no. I don't see that happening anytime in the near future. So, having said that, do y'all have any questions, y'all? I just want to say thank you for my subscribers. Thank you for those of you who are my members. I do appreciate you all. And if you're not a member and if you haven't subscribed, please do join the Real Family. Every Wednesdays I do, sorry y'all, I have to do the spiel. Every Wednesdays I do a live just for my members. And yes, it's paid membership. It's like $4.75 or 85, somewhere around that, less than $5 a month. And I do exclusive cases and also do quick readings for my members. They have a personal question, I do quick card pulls for them too. And those I won't telecast for the public, because that's for my members. They paid for that exclusivity, it'll remain for them. Unless there is a particular case I'm reading for and my members say, you know what, maybe this is something that you should make public, then I will do. Only when I get everybody to say yes, let's go ahead and do it, Kirtana, otherwise I won't. Of course every Fridays I'm doing these readings for the general public. I do have a website, www.therealtarot1123.com. Please go and check it out. I have a list of all the kinds of personal readings I do. I do all my readings via Zoom. Once you pay and the payment is confirmed, I send you options. These are the times I'm available. You can actually pick the time you want the reading over there, but unfortunately sometimes it clashes with my regular work schedule, and sometimes, so I will revert back and say, hey, yeah, I can do it that time, or these are the options, pick the best one, and then I send you an invite for Zoom. I don't do immediate, within 24 hours and right away, and all that kind of stuff doesn't happen. And I try not to do readings on Sundays because I like to relax. But sometimes, I feel like, okay, I go ahead and do the readings on Sunday. So anyway, do give me a thumbs up, spread the word around, and help me grow the channel. Also on TikTok, I've become a little bit more active on TikTok now since I figured out how to do lives on TikTok. I got permission for that. I'm going to be doing a live on TikTok. Wait, I just did a live yesterday, but I'm going to be posting a video pretty soon. I think tomorrow I'll do it for the week ahead for all sun signs. And then I'll also be posting a video next week for the month ahead for September. So watch out for all of that, okay? Susan Sylvie says, I was referring to the movie A Weekend at Bernie's where some young people propped up the deceased body of a rich man to spend his money. What? Oh, okay, Susan, now I get it. I was like, what is she talking about? Biden, weekend at Biden's is over. Okay. Okay. Got it. Hi, Tay, how are you? Just saying hello, huh? Well, welcome. Oh, I didn't know what she was talking about. Oh, seriously, I didn't. So... So, okay, let's get on and see. Now let's pull some cards for the energy about what's his face's name, Zelensky, right? I'm not pulling his. Well, maybe I do have his astrology chart. Hang on one second. Let me check. I think I have his astrology chart. Let me just quickly check on that and see, and I'll pull it up. Free charts and reports. Zelensky, do I have you? I'm not going to go draw it, but if it's already up here, no, I don't, but that's okay. That's okay. Let's do that. Wait a second, what was that? Oh, okay. So let's take a quick look at Zelensky, right? And see... oh my goodness, man. See what the for the past couple of days I have been struggling with my lupus thing. It's slowly creeping back up, and I realize now my mistake, because the past few weeks, whenever we take Bernie out for a walk, I have not been wearing my full sleeve shirts and all of that. It's like we're walking him just in the cul-de-sac because he can't walk long distances, poor guy. And I'm like, oh, we'll be in and out, and I think that's kind of getting to me, y'all. I'm struggling for the past couple of days, but anywho, let's see. Zelensky, right? What is the energy around President Zelensky of... oh my God, did I forget the name of his country? Zelensky's country? Good Lord. Shit. What is going on? Volodymyr's Ukrainian. I can't believe I just blanked out, man. For a second I forgot which country he was. Volodymyr. Ukraine, President Zelensky. What is the energy around him at the moment? He has a moon card. Wow, not something I want to start off. Capricorn. And then Jupiter. Interesting. So the moon card is Pisces, and you have Capricorn, which is ruled by Saturn, and then Jupiter, of course, rules Sagittarius. So 10, 20, 30, 38, 40, 41, 42, 6th house, yeah. 6th house, Ukraine. I know, I just had a blank over there. Okay, and then he's got the World card. Interesting. He's got the Strength card. I think Zelensky at this point, surprise, surprise, seems to have a... and then the Judgment card. Yeah, this is interesting. Oh, I just got the chills. Oh my goodness, stop. I think Zelensky at this point in time has got a little bit more stability, if you will, and a little bit more support from other governments and agencies. Interestingly, he's standing on a little bit more firm, solid ground. So the rest of the world may be like, so 6, okay, 20, 30, 50, 51, 52, that is 7,000. His partnerships, very interesting. So his partnerships with some of the countries around the world, some of the governments around the world, is actually a lot stronger than it was and it used to be. So I'm surprised and I'm happy for him too, because at the end of the day, he should be given the support that he needs for what his country is going through, right? So let's see. Good for him. He's going to have some substantial support. And that support is going to continue. And Saturn is also popping up, and then the what do you call it, the judgment card. Judgment card is Pluto. So he's going to have some chance of. Now, although the Moon card is sitting on the World card, you may say, okay, well, Kirtana, what's that? Well, here's the thing. Some of the support could be indirect. Okay. And here we have the judgment card. Okay, so announcements will be made. There is going to be opportunity to rebuild and stability, a little bit of growth. There's some, absolutely, he's standing on better ground. Hang on, let me see. Zelensky. Hang on, Kim, I'll read your comment out. Give me 1 second. Let me see for Zelensky. He's got 5 of Wands, which is never ending for him, poor guy. He's got the Page of Swords. Then he's got the 3 of Cups. He's got the Strength card, excellent, last card. He has got the King of Swords. See, Zelensky is actually, even though he has the 5 of Wands, there could be some disagreements with certain factions, but that's fine. And that could be Russia itself, right? So 5 of Wands is a bit contentious. We know that. Challenges and obstacles. He does have some challenges and obstacles. But Page of Swords here is telling me that there is going to be a lot more talk and gossip and, that sort of stuff by factions who are against him. And we know there are some factions against him. But 3 of Cups is telling me that he is actually going to have some excellent support from certain governments, which is really good for him. Some of the European countries, absolutely, we have read in the news or heard in the news and read in the papers articles that some European governments are actually supporting Zelensky. That is going to continue. Absolutely, it's going to continue. The Strength card, he's going to be rocking it for a little bit. And then you have the King of Swords. So the King of Swords says he has been a strategic thinker. He has been a pretty good leader for a country that is so devastated by all this, right? And he will continue on that. He is going to be around for a while. So I wish him all the best, because he is I shouldn't say, he is his country is in such a weak position, right? But for him to continue to fight for his country, for his nation, for so many years and relentlessly, I think this guy is just awesome. So I have a lot of respect for him, and I hope he is successful, and I hope things work out. 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'm just going to leave that there. All right. Want to go outside? No? Do you want to go outside? Come on, let's get you outside. You want to go outside? He's just looking at me like, what are you saying? Okay, then lay down. Okay, Kim Friend says, at the end of the talk, Putin said in English, maybe next time we will have a meeting in Moscow, and Trump stated, I might get some heat for that. Ooh. Wonder why Trump would say that. And I think Trump should go to Russia. I think he should. He should extend the same courtesy. I mean, if Putin is extending, being trusting enough to say, I'm coming to the United States to meet you, and he has a couple of times, hasn't he? I think Trump should go. He should absolutely go. He should. But it's a question of ego. Trump will not go, because Trump, for him, it is like, oh, if I go, it's like saying, his thought process is different. If any world leader comes to the White House, that means they're coming from a point of weakness. That's what he thinks. That's not the way it works, dude. I mean, it's like, get over yourself, right? So he will not go to Russia because it's like he's coming from a point of weakness, right? So he won't do it. It's all his freaking ego, man. Seriously. Now, I will say this. Do I agree with everything Trump is doing? No. Do I like everything he's doing? All his policy? No. Absolutely don't. Absolutely don't. Totally against it. But there are some policies, some things that he's doing which is like about time. So for that, I do appreciate it. Very simple. You gotta give credit where credit's due. You can't just say, everything is bad. So some aspects, yeah, I feel that he's making progress, which is good. Like I recently saw that 270,000 was it 270,000 illegal immigrants who were on Social Security. They have been kicked off of it or something like that. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, what the hell, man? I mean, why don't we extend Social Security the right way? Why don't we extend, instead of spending money for all of them, why don't we put all that money and help our own VAs who've come back from war and who are homeless? Why don't we spend that money on our own healthcare system for the citizens who are taxpayers, legit taxpayers, and not those who are scamming off? And you know what I mean. I won't get into it because it kind of pisses me off, but it's just little old me, y'all. All the drama about that SNAP and all that stuff. I mean, come on, the fraud and things like that. Good Lord, people, like how you steal from the needy. These. I'm not saying every immigrant, every illegal immigrant is a criminal. I don't know, so I can't say that. But for the most part, right? So Debbie says, I'm surprised that Putin got into the car with Trump and not his own. Well, that's all political. It's like, oh, look how much I trust you. It's all political. It's all very well planned. They don't do shit like that. They don't do things like that without thinking, without pre-planning. How is it going to be pictured? How is it going to be portrayed? And who knows what they may be talking in the car. We don't know. So that's about that, y'all. It's a quick one, and if y'all have any questions, I'll be glad to answer with regards to this particular subject. If not, we'll call it a day. How about that? The other day I was thinking, and I was like, my God, earlier my lives used to run 2.5, 3 hours, 3.5 hours also, when I was doing all those cases. I do enjoy them, but as a person who would watch other videos, like as a consumer, let's say, I don't know if I have the patience to watch a 3.5 hour long live stream or a video, right? So I decided, keep it short, keep it concise, and maybe do multiple parts. So attention span, right? So, but sometimes I do feel that if the energy is there and if it's like keep going, I just keep going. So, anywho, that's all I got for y'all, folks. So we will call it a night, right? Blessed be y'all, and we will go, and tomorrow I'll be posting those videos. That's why I want to take a little bit of rest today, because today was a little busy. Watch out for those videos, like the week ahead and month ahead and all that stuff. So watch out for that. All right, everybody, thank you so very much for joining me. I do appreciate each and every one of you. Jamie, Debbie, Tay, Susan, Sylvie, Kim, Delvin, I'm sure I'm missing names. I farted, Sassy Blonde, girl, I missed you. Hi. I didn't see you come in. Thank you for joining in. Cheryl Calamari. Who else? Adam. Oh, that's the Goofus Magoofus. All right, never mind. Hey, but thanks for being here, because the analytics, right? So it adds to that. Charlotte, thank you for being there. Gina. Thank you, everybody. I so appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much. And I will see you again in another one of my videos or my lives. All right, take care. Have a great rest of the weekend. Be happy, be safe, be healthy, and see you again. Bye for now.